So the mailman delivered some exciting stuff for the Malibu. Sounds like hardware. Yep, all the hardware for the rear control arms. Oh. Upper control arms, adjustable with the axle housing bushings. Directions. Stickers, heck yeah! Southside Machine Performance sticker. And a Southside Machine Performance small sticker, which has a G-Body Malibu on the sticker. So, I mean, that's going to add at least 75 horse. And then last but not least, the lower control arms with the bushings pre-installed. Now these are all gloss black. I don't know if they're powder coated black. I'm guessing for how budget friendly they were, I'm going to go with probably not powder coated, but they still looked really nice in the pictures, so I'm excited to see what they look like unwrapped whenever we're ready for them, but we're definitely not ready for them yet. So now that we have the rear control arms, I'm going to jack the Malibu up and soak all the hardware in Croil, because it's Magic Powers in a can, and let it sit overnight. And then tomorrow Brandon and I are going to hopefully take the old control arms out and put the new control arms in. And from what very tiny itty bitty little bits of research I've done, it seems like it's a good idea to replace one arm at a time so that a bunch of stuff doesn't get out of whack. So that's what we're going to do. We will do the uppers first, one at a time, and then do the lowers one at a time. And hopefully it goes off without a hitch. I'm hoping the Croil is just the magic touch that I need to make it go smoothly. So, cue the time lapse of me blocking and jacking this thing up. So it's all blocked up. Basically what I did was jack the car up way higher than I needed to, put jack stands under the frame rails to hold the car, and then put my wooden blocks to hold the axle after I let the axle droop out, so that we've got room to work, and it relieves the tension off all the control arms. It's not perfect. You know, if a guy had like a 2-post lift or a real shop or common sense, maybe he would do it differently, but this will work for what I have. That's all I need it to do is work, right? I'll tell you what, it is downright hot in here. The concrete's sweating, the car's sweating, all my tools are sweating, I'm sweating. Oh my gosh. So, I'm under the car, gonna put some Magic Powers in a can on the control arm hardware. Well, all the hardware has coil on it now. And I only had to drink like, I don't know, 6 ounces to get it all done, which is considerably good. Whenever you're WD-40ing or coiling hardware underneath the car, you usually end up drinking half the can at least. So now I let it sit overnight, and tomorrow we start tearing it apart. So my hooligan friends talked me into working on the Malibu tonight instead of tomorrow. So here we are at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night? Oh, it says it's only 9. There's no 11:50. Good thing you put your forehead away, because it's just right there on you now.
Hey, you need to be rude. Is this recording?
Yeah, it's been recording for a while.
Like right now?
This whole conversation.
Are you sure? Are you gonna edit this out? Or are you just gonna...
Yeah, you might have to lose the extension to get the umpage on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I move the car, just yell at me.
Well, you're not going to hurt the car any. Just don't drop it on yourself. It looks like it might be a tight unit.
Alright, you mid-pipe. I'm tired of messing with it.
I've already gave the viewers the full get down on my super high-tech adjustable half-inch drive ratchet. So they know, looking at you pulling that pipe on there right now, they're just like, oh boy. That's a high-class unit. I don't think any of them are saying that.
Oh no. Yeah.
Well, sounds like, or it seems like she's good and planted now.
All right in the ear hole. That'll kill.
I was just sitting there thinking, I bet there's two other bolts that hold those on.
Give me that. You ain't even in the right spot.
No,
Get out from under.
I'm definitely not in that spot.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, get it. Make sure you get it on that them threads now.
Ah!
Hey, that stuff's $30 a can, sir.
Oh, it's alright.
Bring it down.
I get paid $18 an hour.
Oh.
So if that saves me 2 hours, then you're saving money.
Well, all right.
Hey,
Yeah,
what
did you
is
get
this
the other
that's like
side?
sticking into your rib?
Did you get the other side?
That's just like legitimately just in there. Light.
Alright.
But no, I sprayed the shit like a bunch. Because I don't really, sorry people, know exactly where it's going. Because I can't see.
As long as you kind of get some coil on the threads, it's what matters. I can't believe I forgot to get those earlier. No, it's under there. Got all the others.
Where's the nut at though? How do you get to the nut? Like what? What? Oh.
Yeah, but that's the one I was telling you is just flopping around in there.
I was wondering why I was like, dude, what's going on here? Why didn't you tell me this whenever I was cranking on it earlier?
To break it loose?
Yeah.
I figured you didn't want to do it. I was thinking you just didn't want to. Bring it together now.
Dang it! I got hit the button by accident and just tightened it.
It's alright, I'll just clean a little bit of stuff off the threads.
Scratch that. He chucked the wrench somewhere. Where'd the wrench go?
Well, it didn't hit the floor.
Oh shoot, dang. I didn't realize this wrench is magnetic. That's handy until it magnetizes stuff that you don't want it to. Oh, you turned it the wrong way. You're right. I forgot how tools work, apparently.
What happened? Is that the wrong size socket?
No. It just came out the gun there.
Oh, I was like, holy shit, did I give you the wrong size?
Yeah. Oh, it's in there. Hey, that's a little posty on a guy's shoulder.
Hell yeah. I don't even know what to think about those top ones. I think it's gonna be a bear.
How much of this can I remove so I can get a wrench in there?
Depends on what
How
you're
much
talking
are you
about.
comfortable with me removing to get a wrench in there?
Depends on what you're talking about.
Things
Like what?
like your floor pan,
Oh,
you know, simple things.
you know, like
Actually-
like the whole body of the car.
If you just knock a hole in the floor, you can reach that 10 times easier.
Well,
'Cause right now you got some lines, brake lines.
what on earth? Well, this has got to be the silliest thing I've ever seen.
Let me figure out how to work this here. Tripod. There we go. Shoot, dang, can't even get the camera in there to check her out.
Definitely not. You could maybe see the bolt head. And that's like it.
Hang on a second.
I forgot to grab safety glasses before I crawled under here. Would you hook a brother up whenever you get free from whatever you're caught in?
Well, I'm trying to crawl in here, but the guy's leg is cramping up again. Alright. So, let you guys know what we're struggling with here. Apparently Jake's eating.
Okay, so I got that parking
Rust.
brake cable. I got the parking brake cable completely screwed off. Like, and by that I mean like effed off, out of the way.
Yeah.
You see it over here?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
recording
trying
it.
to get it off the drive shaft, please.
Yeah.
In case we forget to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Your viewers are probably laughing at you by now. Or gonna be laughing, because this isn't posted yet, so. They do some live viewings. Alright, here we go. Explanation time. There's a bolt going from there to over here. And the guy needs to get his hand. Nope, tire's low.
Yeah, you'll have to end up going and getting a battery at some point.
Up into there, and you guys still can't see it, but
Let me see if I can point my finger at it. So you gotta get, oh yeah, right there. You gotta get this guy, this mitt, all the way back in there, and in there, and in there, all in there. You gotta, you guys get it, here. Did you get it? Okay, I don't think we got it.
I'm telling you, just knock a hole in the floor. In the floor plan there. You see how easy that would be if you just went through the floor plan right there?
Yeah, you know what sucks? Moving that parking brake cable did nothing!
Yeah, see, look.
But it's out of there at least.
People, you see the floor pan right there. The nut is right here. You can just knock a hole in the floor, call it good. Yeah. But no, Jake wants to do it the correct way. Yeah. Alright, well, you're lacking on the old battery.
Oh, dude! Oh, dude! Oh, what? How long has that been unhooked? Dude, both ends of that cable have just been rubbing on the wheel.
Yeah.
Since I put those brakes on up from the Regal.
Do we want to show the viewers, or do you just want to hide your
I'm embarrassed.
shadiness?
I do not.
Oh, so you want to show them? Okay, right there.
It's just been dangling. This one in particular wasn't rubbing on the wheel. The other one was. This one was actually just rubbing on the back of the brake plate, which luckily, that's okay. It's not okay, but it's less bad than rubbing on the wheel.
Yeah, stuff and things. Yeah. Pretty well to the point where I'm just ready to start the car and just have some fun while Jake's under there.
I'm not.
He's not too
I'd get
enthused
scared.
by that. Yeah. Good. Now.
Okay. So I need...
A phone charger, because your phone's off.
You might as well just turn it off. And at some point we need to go get a... Chris is dragging me out from the car. Is the red light on? Oh, I hit one of the cracks in the floor. Ow! Ah! Okay, I'm good. So, my buddies and I failed epically the other day. We stayed up until, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 in the morning working on the car. Never did get the bushing out that we were working on. So, I've borrowed a ball joint press kit from my cousin, and I'm going to try that. A Sawzall, maybe break a couple more drill bits, who knows, but I'll let you know how I end up getting it out of there. But in the meantime, I'll be under the car screaming at it. Victory! Finally! It seemed like it took about 27 years and way too much effort. But I got the bushing out. So now I've just got one more bushing to go and 4 control arms to install. But what I had to do was press the rubber piece out with the ball joint kit, and then get the Sawzall out, cut a slot in that, beat the tar out of it, and then stuck the pry bar inside that wedge thing there, or not wedge, but that little pit I made in it. And then I just had to freaking hit it with the old BFH, and she finally came flying out of there. So here we go. So I had to borrow some spring compressors from my dad because the new hardware is a little bit bigger than the old hardware. So, of course, the ears for the upper control arm, upper mounts needed drilled out. So I had to freaking compress the springs, yank them out of there, droop the axle down lower so that I could get a drill in there and drill the holes out. Got them drilled out. I don't know what size it ended up being, but I got it drilled out, and I'm getting ready to press the last upper control arm, lower bushing in, and then I guess I gotta tackle the lower control arms. It's quite ridiculous that the upper control arms have turned into like a 2-week process, but gotta love wrenching on old cars. I've had this guy in the freezer. It's nice and frosty, so it should go in there pretty easily. Well, the upper control arms are in, and the new bushings, and it only took one busted trouble light, a lot of busted knuckles, about 63 cuss words, and basically 2 weeks. Granted, I had to collect some tools from my dad and do some research online and get a ball joint press from my cousin. So that's why the upper control arms have taken 2 weeks, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like now that I know what I'm doing, if I ever do this again, which I really hope I never do, I could probably get it done in a day with all the tools on hand. But I can't decide if I want to tackle the lower control arms right now or just step away from it and take a break and come back tomorrow when I'm fresh. Leaning towards coming back tomorrow. We'll see. Well, unfortunately, it's not going to come together as fast as I thought it would. Had to jack the car up higher. Had to get the front of the car off the ground as well, because it turns out in order to get the front bolts for the lower control arms, my mufflers are in the way because I have dual exhaust on the car, and I tried every combination of anything you could possibly imagine, and there's no two ways about it. The exhaust has got to come out of the car. So probably going to be another week or 2 or 3 before the car's done, but boy, whenever all this is done, it's going to be nice knowing that it was done right, and I didn't just like stop and leave the rear control arms bad, or the lower control arms bad, and replace the upper control arms. I don't know. I'm sleep deprived. I'm worn out. The car's kicked my butt. You get what I'm saying, though. Whenever it's all said and done, it'll be done right, and I guess I gotta look forward to that. So this episode's gonna take like 300 years longer than I wanted it to get released, but just is what it is. Time to get the exhaust out from under the car. The only reason these exhaust nuts are cooperating is because the exhaust was just bolted in, I don't know, just a couple years ago.
There's one out. They're both out. Now the real question is, will I ever get them both back in there? Oh.
That one's pretty solid. Hitting it with some more magic powers in a can. So while the other side is soaking in Croil, because it did not want to come off with the big impact, I moved over to the other side where I'll take the nut off, but I'm not going to punch the bolt out yet because I don't want the rear end to be just hanging off of the upper control arms. Ah! Aha! Victory! Yes! Got it! Okay, so this has had some Croil sitting on it for a while, but all of these already had Croil soaking on them, so I'm really bummed that it didn't work on this one. So I'm going to start with the breaker bar this time instead of the impact. Well, there's just not room for the breaker bar. Fine, impact it is. See, the problem right now is that once I get the breaker bar on it, no matter which position I'm in, it's up against the floor or the gas tank. Well, something is happening. Now the real question is, what is happening? Sweet! Heck yeah! Croyle for the win! That is a lower control arm out. Now we are cooking. So I gotta drill this hole out real quick to accommodate the new hardware, which basically they just stepped from an 18 millimeter bolt up to a 19 millimeter bolt. You'll be happy to hear I have a 19 millimeter wrench and a 19 millimeter socket, so I won't have to use the crescent wrench to install all the new stuff, or to tighten all the new hardware, I should say. Sweet. Sweet. So here is our new lower control arm. Currently installing it. Am I the only one that's OCD about putting washers on the correct way? Man, these fine threaded bolts are hard to get a nut on whenever you can't see them. There we go. Right now everything is just going to be hand tight. I'm going to put the weight of the car on all the new control arms to tighten everything. That way the bushings aren't in a bind. peep the Southside Machine Performance sticker. There we go. It won't focus, but you get the point. So I had to use the jack to jack the pinion up a little bit in the front to get the bolt in for the front bolt on the lower control arm. So it's a beautiful day out, and apparently I don't have a 19mm shallow socket, and that's what I need to fish the bolt through the frame into the front lower control arm mounting hole. You get the point. I have to go over to my dad's and borrow a 19mm socket and 19mm ratcheting wrench, and it's beautiful out, so I'm gonna jump on the Harley and go get that stuff and then come back and keep going. On a very sad note, my exhaust donut flange things that go into the exhaust manifold are completely and 100% toasted. So I guess I'll be doing headers sooner than I wanted to. Great. I'm guessing the bolt is now currently running into the brake backing plate. Oh my gosh! Victory! Oh my gosh. That bolt did not want to come out of there. Well, all the control arms are in. The hardware is not tightened yet because I'm going to tighten it all with the weight of the car on everything, all the bushings and stuff, but it feels good to say that it is supporting its own weight. Although it is up in the air, it is sitting on all four tires with no help. So now I'll crawl under there and get everything tightened up and then start exhaust stuff, which I really did not have plans to do, but I guess now I do. Well, that's going to be it for this episode, because now I have to start mocking up headers for the car. I've had headers sitting in the shop for about 2 years, so I guess it's about time that I started actually thinking about putting them on the car. But that's it. That concludes the suspension rebuild on the Malibu. After I get the car aligned by a shop, I'll do a short video of taking it for a drive to see how truly straight and true and awesome it is now. I'm pretty excited. But thanks for watching. Oh my goodness, is that my dog? Oh jeez. Oh jeez, who's that dog? Oh, look at that dog. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's such a dog. Oh my goodness, that's a dog.